Jillian says, "Do you ship to Canada for a reasonable cost?" Question mark.
No.
Animals,
we don't ship at all. We don't export at all. Listen, BHB, although doing very well, and we're very thankful for the clientele that we have and the people that support us and stuff like that. That's like a winding down a little bit thing. I mean, listen, and I always have to be careful when I say that, right? Because winding down to us is still like probably top 20 people in the world producing animals, right? We're still producing thousands of animals, but we sell every single animal like we're running out of animals all the time, and we don't export. So it's so listen, this to make it so back in the day when we used to export, and I'll try to make this as simple as I can, is that if there was a snake that sold for $100 here in the U.S., when we ship to Canada or we ship to Europe or Asia or wherever it was, that snake would sell for $150 or $200, right? So then it's worth going through the paperwork, paying all the fees, going to the airport, taking our time to meet with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife, taking 3 to 6 months to get CITES paperwork before we ship a shipment. All these things was worth it because we were 50% or doubling our cost per animal. Now, Canada, Europe, and a lot of parts of Asia are either the same cost as us or sometimes cheaper than us. So like to export to Canada to get the exact same amount that I could sell here without any problem just doesn't make any sense.
No.
That being said, if you really like see an animal, like I've got to have that animal, we have worked with Reptile Express. And you contact Reptile Express, they do the paperwork, we ship to Reptile Express, they export it to you and stuff like that. And it's not much. I mean, I think the cost is like $75 or $100.
Which ain't nothing if you want that animal.
If you want that animal, but I don't personally export anywhere anymore because we just don't need to. And BHB isn't the primary source of my direction in life these days.
Nathaniel says, "Nate here, formerly known as Snakes on the Plains. I dropped the name because it was already being used by a very nice lady with an awesome business.
Okay.
Still plan on visiting most likely this summer." What a sweetheart, man. A lot of people wouldn't do that.
That's awesome. So. Yeah, that's good stuff. I mean, it's great that you would do that, and it's good to hear from you, Nathaniel.
Chad Strickland says, he's put the same thing as if I'm going to say it different. It's Okefenokee. Okefenokee. Okefenokee, Dokie.
Okefenokee.
He says Okefenokee, Jay. Huge swamp in South Georgia.
I think
Okefenokee, right?
Okefenokee. I thought that's how you pronounce it.
Dude, they're so hard, bro. You have Okeechobee, Lake Tehopekaliga, and now Okefenokee?
I believe I've heard of Okefenokee before, though. That's
crazy.
what I'm saying. It's unless I just don't know. Unless us northern boys don't know how to.
Okefenokee.
Okefenokee.
Yeah, so he says huge swamp in South Georgia, North Florida.
Yeah,
all
awesome.
non-venomous snakes are off limits here, but you can catch and keep all venomous.
Interesting. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Well, I have to come down sometimes, and I don't want to keep them, but I would like to come down and hang out with you and go out. Take me to some cool spots. I'm down.
You try telling us that the worst day in Okefenokee is that you're going to see 1,000 snakes. We're not coming though.
Yeah, no, exactly. If you got a really winding road, I'm probably not coming. But I'm pretty sure Georgia, you're okay in that sense.
You never know.
Flat stuff there. But I'm trying to think. I was supposed to be in Atlanta in June.
Why?
Well, I might be.
Interesting.
So I was Andy Gabbs,
right?
A friend of ours, actually invited us to, I guess a guy in TikTok that had like a lot, 10, 20 million people, something like that. He's involved in a dog charity for police dogs.
Oh, no way.
And he wanted us to come down and bring some animals, some reptiles.
Oh, that'd be dope.
As part of this like charity event in Atlanta. So if I come down there, maybe we go out hunting with
let's do that.
Okefenokee.
Yeah, going to Okefenokee. Let Rosebird says, not condoning hurting any animals, but brown and owls are very invasive in Florida. Why don't YouTubers hunt them? Right. Because they won't get views. These guys are sick, but people are too dumb to understand that.
Well, no, you're 1,000% correct. I mean, it's like we've said, Burmese pythons sell headlines, and that's why you don't hear about the invasive plant that
European starlings.
Fish, whatever. Yeah. Exactly, you don't hear about all that because it doesn't sell papers. And the same thing with YouTubers. They're not gonna kill a Anolis carolinensis. Which is the knolls down there, because
Cuban and knolls are down there. I mean everything.
Tokay, geckos, everything. But it's just not. And listen, History Channel isn't doing us any justice either, because they've got, of course, swamp people that used to just kill alligators, but now they kill Burmese pythons, and they lie about how much they make on them, so people think that Burmese python hunting is making these people rich, which they're not. You know, it's lie. They talk about how much we get a big one, we're gonna make $2,000. You know, and they have
$25.
Yeah, but it's nothing. I mean, yeah, the FWC pays you nothing for that.
They pay
stuff.
you gas money, pretty much.
And so you know, it's you know, the History Channel people love that show, and then YouTubers are like, hey, I can jump on this bandwagon and do things, and yeah, I mean, I'm not, you know, I don't, you know, I'm not. It's a tough one, man.
It is. It's always been. It's been a scientific difficulty to handle any of the invasive issues forever. There's no way to fix it.
Yeah, I mean, people worked on, as a matter of fact, the same guy that worked on the Burmese python problem down the Everglades in the very beginning that fucked it up so badly, this guy named Rada, and he worked on the brown snakes in Guam that never solved it. You know, the government spent, you know, millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. He ended up, I think, getting a $50 million grant to try to eradicate brown snakes on Guam, and never did didn't do anything. And then the USGS used the same guy to try to do the Everglades.
They're just paying him all this money to do nothing.
Great. Yeah, that worked out really good. Worked out great in the Guam, so why don't we use them in the Everglades?
Yeah, who knows? Maybe when AI is like really crazy, maybe then we could fix something like that. But with just human power, it's just not possible.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't. So yeah, I agree, and it's a tragic thing. You know. That being said, I don't know that. I don't know. I mean, like, there are some fringe people that get sucked into the, like Tyler Nolan, for instance. I'm not aware of Tyler ever killing any snakes on his video channel, and he kind of got sucked into that whole thing. And obviously our friend Will Nace, you know, was you know, at least in a picture in the video. I don't know that they talked to him, and I know Will is a great guy. I mean, there's no way he's killing anything. But I also know the guys in South Florida are frustrated with the problem. So I'm not trying to defend anything at all. You know, I just don't know if creating a war is the way to go about it either. I don't know. You know, I'm not sure. I don't know where I stand on it. You know, I'm really.
That's why we're talking about it.
I'm really conflicted. You know, I don't want to see anyone profit from the abuse of animals. And if someone's killing Burmese pythons or iguanas in a way that isn't humane, then they should have their feet held to the fire.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, but I don't know.
Because you got to remember, like when you go hunting, like for a deer, like the idea is to like make that animal suffer as little as possible. And actually the meat supposedly, like as the animal suffers, tastes worse. So like you're actually supposed to try to, you know, one shot in the head or something or chest and kill the animal. If you're not doing that to the Burmese, that's definitely animal abuse. For sure. Like if you're not just doing one strike to the head.
If you're doing it for fun and you know, and I'm sure there are some Florida YouTubers down there that, you know, I wouldn't work with because you know, way before this issue, because I saw the way they treated their fish. Right. Or the way they treated their animals. I was not, you know, I was like, I'm not going to be seen with these people. But yeah, so yeah.
No, I feel you. M. Brown says, would my 9-year-old corn snake benefit from moving the cork bark around in his bioactive enclosure, or would it just stress him out?
No, I think it's a good idea to move it around as long as you don't take away his comfort zones and his heating areas. You know, if he wants to bask, you know, in an area, don't move it around, that type of thing. But I think that rearranging cages is something that is probably beneficial because it gives them some mental stimulation, and some enrichment. So yeah, we rearrange a lot of things around here all the time because of that.
Yeah, nature's constantly rearranging itself, so be nature.
Yeah.
Roberta came back and says, stupid autocorrect. It was meant to be interested, not instead. Okay, love everything you all do. So I guess like when he would strike, let me see if I can find it back again. I don't even see.
Regardless,
no problem, Roberta.
We got you. I think we love you. I think we deciphered it anyway. So, and sometimes that. Listen, I'm the worst. I'm the worst at autocorrect, and I'm the worst at because when I type super fast,
so fast,
and I both on my phone and on my computer, and I never double check. So a lot of times I'll look at like comments I put on, and I'm like, it's not even fucking legible. Like where was I? Like what was that? I'm sure people are reading just like this guy's fucking out of his mind. He doesn't even know what he doesn't even English.
He doesn't even English.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Damn, son.
Can we rail this in?